We just moved now again here to the back of the Patronus Twin Towers from the other view because it's in the park and the park closes at 10 o'clock, so we had to move out there. So let's just continue. Still a few verses. We on this side all kind of tired and thirsty, so let's continue. I won't rush through, but I will continue with this. Verse 47. Truly, truly I say to you, whoever believes has eternal life. Okay, Jesus already said, with the works, do the works of the Father. With the works of the Father, you believe in me. And then he spoke about, in John chapter 3, he spoke about it. Here he spoke about it again from a different perspective. Same thing, repeating himself all over again. Russian saying, repetition, повторение мать учения, the words repetition is the mother of all teaching, kind of. But seemingly he's doing it, but it's not getting through to them. Why it's not getting through to them? Because they're dead in sin. They don't have the Spirit. They don't have new hearts. That's just plain simple. So you believe in me, you will have eternal life. You will have it. It's not a possibility, it's a fact. You not believe today, tomorrow you don't believe, right? It's you believe in me. That's just that. That's not, no strings attached. Verse 48, I am the bread of life. Right, we already spoke about that. Here he just repeats himself. I am the bread of life. Verse 49. Your fathers ate the manna in the wilderness and they died. Okay, this is why the sign of the bread, understand, because John used it and Jesus did, is to bring them to this point of comparing to the bread. They had that bread there in the wilderness. They had the manna in the wilderness, right? But they died. Are they around? They didn't even exit the wilderness. They died all in the wilderness because of the sin. Okay, so what is the point of, so Moses gave them bread and what? And they died. I can give you, baker's cake. I fed you this morning and you're all going to go to hell. What's the point of that, right? Like giving those people on the sleepwalk, again I say it's important to help them, right? But giving them and tomorrow they go to a place and tomorrow night again out there and then they just go to hell and they die. And what's the point of it all? Okay, Jesus is so much, it's incomparably higher ultimately to Moses. To what Moses, you hold on to Moses. That's so important to you, but you don't want to believe in the one whom Moses spoke about. Okay, verse 50. This is the bread that comes down from heaven, so that one may eat of it and not die. This is the bread that came from heaven. So you eat and you don't die. Believe in me. You eat of me and you won't die. This is not eating Jesus' flesh like the Roman Catholics want to say with their communion, right? You eat, you believe in him, you will not die. That is the whole point. And he's been saying it in so many ways, so often in this chapter. Verse 51, I am the living bread that came down from heaven. If anyone eats of this bread, he will live forever. And the bread I will give for the life of the world is my flesh. Okay, I am this living bread that came down from heaven. Okay, he spoke about the fact that only one came down from heaven, the Son of Man. Here in this chapter, no one I've seen the Father. Okay, and no one has seen the Father, and except one was sent. And so it is this bread. I am this bread, right? You eat of this bread, you will live forever. So not the physical. We don't eat human flesh, right? Jesus is fully human, so we don't eat his flesh. Okay, and doesn't matter how much of a miracle you want to add to the flesh, kind of idea. Still, we don't eat flesh. I don't know. I like beef and pork. I can't afford beef really. Pork and chicken. Except actually in Thailand, amongst the Muslim areas, you can kind of afford because they are not always rich and they need to eat meat, and so they eat beef, and it's kind of cheap there. But anyhow, that's as well not about the point. The point is, this bread will give you life forever. Okay, and we eat meat. We don't eat flesh. We don't eat his flesh. Believe. This is what it's about. You believe in him. That's as good as eating him. And this is the bread that he will give. And he will give. This is his flesh. He will die. He's living for the law. He will die on a cross. He's going to be raised again. Believe in that, and you will have life. That is the whole point. Right? That's not about eating his flesh, cannibalism. It's about believing him. That's so simple. What is the will of the Father? That you believe in the Son. All these other things, where you're going to be a missionary, or where you're going to be a pastor, or which work you're going to do, what's your job going to be one day, who you'll marry, all of these things. All the things are so inconsequential. But we bother so much about these things. The will of the Father is that you believe in the Son. Simple. If you ask me, Christians, what's the will of the Father? Believe in the Son. The rest, He gives you the Spirit. Let Him lead you. And all of this because of the sign of feeding the 5,000. And they believed only because they ate their fill. Not because of who Jesus is, but because they ate their fill. So, you want to be filled all the time? Believe in the Son. It's so simple. But seemingly we're happy with always being hungry. Because the last thing we want to do is to believe in the Son. Because we're not drawn by the Father. Because we're not born again by the Spirit. Because we're saved of sin. Simple. Very, 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 very simple.